Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness!
So you run and jump on it.
I said, how come Malaysia is over there? Malaysia is so small! Drop your camera and
Guys, check it out. We went all the way up here and then we did.
And that was the 1-minute summary of our staycation. Before I go any further, let's turn on some light background music. Ah, that's better. Where do I start? COVID-19. If it wasn't for COVID, I would have never come across the word staycation. So desperate were we to cure our travel withdrawal symptoms, we jumped on the 3 nights package on a cruise that goes nowhere in a heartbeat. We went with the one by Dream Cruises on their so-called World Dream boat. This is in fact our very first cruise experience. I guess we've always associated going on a cruise with something we do when we retire. Besides, we don't gamble, so this sign just before boarding kind of worried us a bit. Thankfully, we don't need that service. Unfortunately, the cruise liner has a lot more to offer than gambling. First, let's have a look at our room. We booked the so-called deluxe stateroom balcony. We should have checked what stateroom means, which is literally a captain's room on a ship. So yes, it does feel a little small, like a budget hotel in Hong Kong or Tokyo. If you want something more spacious, I guess you need to book one of their palace suites. Having said that, Ethan found a way to turn the room into his personal playground.
You run onto the thing, run over and jump. Whoa, whoa! It's a mini playground, Ethan, right? And you can run, jump, and hide in the closet. Yay! Bye!
Bye-bye!
You can forget about a coffee machine, so don't expect too much from the fridge either.
Oh yeah, what?
At least
There's nothing in the fridge?
As for the shower and toilet, it will feel a little cramped, though it is perfectly usable.
That's Ethan.
The balcony, whilst not super spacious, does provide very nice view of the open sea. It's also great for kids to have a little private space to chill.
so long.
It's taking so long.
Wi-Fi, well, it's not free. If you have one of these, or you just have to post something on Instagram, you're gonna have to consider getting their Wi-Fi package. 3 nights will set you back around $57 for their standard package or $87 on their premium faster plan. Both allows 2 devices to connect simultaneously. Okay, about food. First things first, all you can eat is included in your package. But you won't be able to go take your own food. Instead, you point and the food is handed to you. Whether you're having breakfast, lunch, or dinner, one thing you'll notice, the presentation is actually pretty good. But let's just say it won't be the tastiest food you ever had. Kids' food is available. Again, not the greatest, and my son ended up just having bread instead. Now there's one thing you probably need to watch out for. If you haven't traveled a while, you might end up using the toilet in your room a lot. Don't get me wrong, if you're not the picky type, the food on offer is fine. But if you want a bit of quality, you have to shell out a small fortune. There's no shortage of choices here, but the one that you probably don't want to miss is the Teppanyaki restaurant. Why? Because it is essentially a combined entertainment and dining experience that the whole family can enjoy.
Oh no!
Do make sure you book the minute you get on board though, just to avoid disappointment. Entertainment. There's certainly no shortage of it on this boat. Starting outdoors. You could just chillax by the pool. Or you want a bit of adrenaline. They have it. Kids will definitely love these slides. And for the adrenaline-seeking type, you probably don't want to miss the water slide park featuring 5 high G-force slides that will get your heart pumping.
I think I can do this one.
If that's not enough, the ropes course offers a bit of challenge for those who don't have a phobia of height. I can only say one thing about this course. The view from up here is fantastic. When the weather goes south, it's time to head indoors. Fortunately, there is a lot on offer here. Maybe you feel like playing some virtual reality games, big screen console gaming, driving simulator, arcade games. Maybe you feel generous and feel like making some donations at the slot machines. Playing mahjong. Maybe shopping is your thing. I mean, who doesn't want a 3D snail mask on your face? Maybe you could go for a massage or a dip in their relaxing spa. Feel like ditching your kids? Sure, there's Little Dreamers Club, where your kids can play with lots of toys, puzzles, more games, and best of all, they're all looked after by some pretty friendly staff which will keep them entertained all day. There's also a theater, and I would suggest you don't miss the free show included in your package called Very Christmas. Let's just say you will leave with plenty of smiles on your face. Here's a quick preview. Before you know it, it's already time to return home. Just be ready for that bill shock before you get off. 3 nights feel like just about the right amount of time to experience almost everything the boat has to offer, so we highly recommend that. With these boats now running at 50% capacity, there's no reason not to give it a try.
What are you talking about then?
Now, let me try to get some money back to pay for that bill.
That's so full.
So what did you get, Daddy? I can't even see.
Nothing.